We want to thank you for taking time to come today. It's things are a little exciting in Corpus Christi right now. As we get started, we want to make sure that we communicate as well as we can with our entire community. And to my left, if you haven't figured it out, is Tony Padilla. She is an interpreter for the deaf that the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Center was kind enough to make available to us, so that those watching at home are going to be able to get the message the same as the rest of us in the community. And so we want to make sure that the entire community is kept informed of what we're doing. The purpose for me to be here is just to assure you, the citizens, that the staff is working hard behind the scenes. They have done many practices, simulations of what to do, and it's game time, and they're ready. And so I feel confident. I was in some meetings this morning with them, and I can assure you I've got as much confidence in them as I could possibly have. I feel safe, and I think the community needs to feel safe that the folks that are making the calls and doing what they're supposed to be doing are ready, willing, and able. And so we just want to communicate with you what the situation is currently with the weather, and to pay attention to what is advised by these different folks that have different responsibilities, and just give you the assurance that we have confidence in them and their ability to protect us. Our number one goal is to protect lives and property, and that's what they're here to do. And so I'd like to introduce to you the captain of the ship, and that's City Manager Margie Rose, and then she'll introduce her team, and we hope that we can get this message out to the public, and we'll get through this. I've seen Corpus Christi come together in other crisis situations and emergencies, and we've got a great city full of people that work together, and so I think we can face this head on. So, Ms. Rose? No.
So, good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor. So as we all know that there is this storm that may be headed in our direction, and as a result there are some things that we are preparing for, one of which is our J.C. Elliott transfer station. We are extending the hours to 8 p.m. Today and tomorrow. And the residents are encouraged to bring any loose debris, material, or trash to the station to aid in the removal of any airborne debris flying during the high winds. Now, additionally, we are going to make some sandbags available starting today. The city will be providing self-serve options for residents to get sandbags. And by this, what we mean is the residents will be able to fill up to 20 sandbags per household or business free of charge during daylight hours only. So the sandbag self-serve station is located in the city service center on Silverton near our city fueling station. And once you get on Silverton, there will be signs. They're hopefully going up as we're talking or in the process of, that will lead you to that area. It is important to remember that it's only up to 20 per household or business, and again, this is free of charge. These are some of the things we are trying to do to aid and assist you as we prepare for the potential storms. Now with that, I would like to turn it over to our fire chief, Chief Rocha, to provide additional information.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rose. I just want to let the citizens know that our Emergency Operations Center is up and running. Billy Delgado, who is our emergency manager, is up and is coordinating activities over at the Emergency Operations Center. As the storm approaches, we ask everyone to finalize any preparation for the storm. We ask every resident to do their part. Some things to consider include, number one, securing anything that could become airborne. This includes securing any items, lawn furniture, trampolines, umbrellas, potted plants, etc. Number two, we ask you to stay informed. If you haven't signed up for Reverse Alert, please do so at www.reversealert.org. This will enable you to get a variety of emergency communications. Now, I'd like to turn it over to our police chief, Chief Mike Markle.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you, Chief Rocha. I appreciate that. I want to remind our folks that this is anticipated to be a heavy rain and high wind event. And with that, what I am asking of the public is that if you do not have to be out and about in the city during this event, please stay home. Do not tempt yourself into driving on the streets when there's flooding. Remember, we will be watching streets and we'll be monitoring flooding throughout the city, but I do not want to lose citizens. We do not want to lose citizens to unnecessary tragedy. Remember the phrase, turn around, don't drown. Protect yourself, use common sense. If you cannot see the roadway, do not drive on the roadway. Okay, so we're looking for your helping hand and to protecting yourself. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to our mayor to follow up with any questions.
Thank you. I wanted to, if you haven't recognized, the full team is here. And this group of folks that are out to protect you couldn't do that without the city council. And they're all here today to let you know that they're here to help. And they support the group that we have doing this. We've also been in communication with Judge Neal, and they're taking care of the county. And as we get closer, we'll continue to work with Judge Neal, and we're all singing from the same page because our number one objective, again, is to protect life and property. The chief mentioned the reverse alert. If you haven't had a chance to get around to it, you need to do it. I did it today. It's not, if I can do it, you can do it. It's not that complicated, but it will keep you informed. It's pretty simple. And we'll open it up for questions in just a moment, but let me encourage those of you that do listen to the reports to pay attention to them. If they tell you that beware of high water or flash floods, I can tell you, pay attention to them. Flash floods are deadly, and we don't want that to happen. So don't think you can get through that underpass or low water crossing. It's deeper than you think, and the water's moving a lot faster than you think. So pay attention. This is what they get paid for. At this time, if you have any questions, I'll direct them to who can answer them. So we've got the full staff up here to answer any questions. We'll take 3 or 4 questions, or you can corner them when we dismiss the press conference. Anybody have any questions for Matt?
Is there any consideration encouraging people to evacuate, or are there any parts of the city where you might be encouraged to get out of the way come Friday looking at a storm surge, particularly the island of Flower Bluff?
Chief?
Currently, right now, we have not called for any evacuations of any area. However, we would encourage people, if they fear that they have equipment or RVs that they don't want subjected to heavy rain and the wind, is to go ahead and move them off those areas where the island is located and North Beach. Other than that, we have not called for any evacuations yet.
Quick follow-up to that. What's the anticipated storm surge on the island?
From what we gather from the National Weather Service, the National Weather Service tells us that the anticipated storm surge may be between 4 to 6 feet out on the island. Okay?
Any other questions? Well, they'll be around a few more minutes if you want to try to catch them individually. But thank you for coming. Be safe. Corpus Christi is a great place, and we want everybody to be protected and return to work and their families. And so we look forward to continue to work with you. But again, I think you can have absolute confidence in the group behind you. And if you could have seen them in those meetings and all of the players that you'll never see from the state level and the local level that are out there working, really doing what they've been trained to do. And so you can rest good tonight knowing that they're doing their job. Thank you very much, and we'll keep you informed.
Next update be?
At this time, we have not declared another update, but there will be one soon, and we'll make sure you're aware. Okay?
All right, we'll keep you. As soon as we know something, we'll let you know, because we want you to, you're the lifeline to the community, and we want to make sure that you're aware. And so as soon as we know, we'll let you know. Thank you very much.